Yo, what's going on? It's your boy DJ Prodigee coming at you live from Scratching the Surface DJ Podcast.
What's going on, people, man? It's your boy Smooth J. We right here at the Scratching the Surface podcast, man. I got a good friend of mine in the building today by the name of DJ Prodigee.
What up?
Yeah, man, a real good friend of mine. Definitely make sure y'all check out Misfits Radio, man. Home of the independent artists, man. Hey, man, so I said, Prodigee, man, I'm glad you came through today. This show right here, man, I set it up to be where DJs get to tell their story. And we give tips to the beginner DJs because I got, you got people hitting you up. I got people hitting me up. Hey, I want a DJ. So what should I do? So we're going to go ahead and dive right in, man. Go ahead and tell the people, where you from, what made you get into DJing, how long you been spending.
Yeah, man. So for all that don't know, I'm DJ Prodigee, originally from Shreveport, Louisiana, little southern boy right here. Joined the Army, traveled around the world for like 9 years. Actually got into DJing freaking in Europe. I met a group of international DJs over there that I didn't really know they was even big at that point in time. Like, just some cats I met, just throwing some parties, and became friends with them. And one of them, DJ by the name of Miss DJ Cutie, me and her became really good friends. So she was older. It was funny because she's like a big sister to me. So whenever I would go to the crib, I was like that pesky little brother that's always playing on the turntables.
Right.
And so she finally hit me with the whole, like, leave my stuff alone and learn to play with it. So I'm like, that actually at the time, like, got me away from messing with it because it was like, yeah, I ain't going to really learn to do this. You know what? Like, forget it. 2 years later, I'm in Japan and coming off deployment, had a pocket full of money and was like, what am I going to do with it? Just like every young service member around. And I bought my first set of some Newmark V7s and a Newmark X5, which if any DJs listening know, that was probably like the worst setup ever. But for me, it was just enough to learn the basics and teach myself how to beat match and go from there.
Oh, that's what's up, man. So if somebody wanted to get into DJing, a beginner, what's the first thing you would tell them they need to do?
First thing I would tell them to do, build your music collection. And not just necessarily what you like. Be eclectic. If you're a hip-hop guy, hip-hop R&B guy, dive in the pop top 40, the EDM, the rock realm, because if you're limiting what type of music you play, you're limiting the type of money you're going to bring in. And that was taught to me, and I'm glad it was taught to me early on. That was the first thing I was told. Like, you can play hip-hop, but you're only going to get hip-hop shows. But if you're open format, you can play anywhere.
Right. And if those that don't know, could you tell them what open format is?
All right. So for those that don't know, open format is exactly what it sounds like. It's not just hip hop and top 40. Open format is literally the spectrum. So everything from house, techno, EDM, which are not the same, house, techno, EDM, freaking trance, on up to hip hop, reggae, dancehall, soca. It's just basically anything you want to play. As long as your crowd's rocking with it and it feels the vibe, then that's open format. So you'll hear a lot of people throw the word open format out there, but yeah, they're talking about hip hop and top 40 predominantly.
Right.
So for you beginner DJs, if you see somebody say they want open format DJ, clarify.
All right, so y'all heard it here. That is open format. So if you're getting into it, be open-minded. Listen to all type of music. Download all type of music. Do you remember the first gig, like the first paid gig you got?
First paid gig. I think the first paid gig I did was a birthday party. I was actually... Well, it wasn't paid for me because I was working for an entertainment company at the time.
Okay.
So I was working as a DJ for them, but I ended up doing this birthday party. It was a pool party, and it was a cool little event. I bombed.
That was going to be my next question.
I did not get a good review on that one. And I was young. Like I said, I was just learning to DJ, and the company was a great entertainment company, but they weren't a great DJ company. So they weren't really trying to mentor or teach DJs. And it's just like, hey, you can put two songs together? I was like, sure. And it's like, we got a gig for you. And they made like $2,000 off of me. And yeah.
That was gonna be my next question. So, what was your worst gig? Was it that one or was it a different one?
Worst gig. Actually, no. My worst gig was probably years later. Like, I think my worst gig was about 2 years ago. I was DJing this wedding. Now, mind you, by this time, I've been DJing for about 6, 7 years at the time. Pretty good.
Okay.
I can get a crowd moving, but this one particular wedding, I can get anybody to dance. Now, wedding reception, I cannot get anybody to dance. I'm talking about 4 hours, and the most they would get up and dance to would be a line dance. Like, you hit the cha-cha slide or the Cupid shuffle, they'll slide and shuffle, and then they go right back to their seats. And talking about leaving there feeling like the worst DJ ever. Like, I was crushed. I almost quit DJing because of it.
I've been there too, man. I remember, and I had to talk to other DJs, and this is, like I said, we set this podcast up for the beginners. This is a tool I would tell you if you get a party or something. What I had to learn was, especially with weddings, some people won't dance.
This is true.
They come to support whoever's getting married. That's really what they showed up for. You can't make people do nothing they don't want to. And like a buddy told me, he was like, if that happens, now it's like practice.
Yep.
You still keep it professional, but you just keep the music going.
And here's the crazy thing about that. Because that's exactly what happened. It was like, it got to a point where I was just like, all right, forget it. I'm just going to kind of play. I'm going to keep it within their taste and the type of music that they want, but I'm just not going to play for me. And that actually turned into be the biggest tip that I've ever gotten from a bride and groom. Like, the groom actually came up to me afterwards, and like, I'm in my feelings at this point in time. Like, I'm like a little 2-year-old about ready to cry, throw a little temper tantrum when I got back out. But yeah, he came up, he gave me a tip like $500 to me and my like, I'm so serious, like $500. It was like, oh my God, you did great. I'm like, no, I didn't. Nobody danced. Like, he was like, no, you don't understand. My family doesn't dance. And he was like, for them to get up and to do the line dances was like an act of God. And I was like, and me playing the line dances was like, that's the song that's going to get people up and dancing. So it was like a cheap shot. And sure enough, I was like, yeah, cool.
All right. So let's see. We're going to fast forward a little bit now. So you DJing now. How do you handle technical difficulties at a gig?
Freak out.
Hey, if you're a beginner, don't freak out. Please,
I mean, for me handling technical issues, man, I'm like a duck on water. Like, on the surface, I'm calm, cool, collect. But in my mind, dude, I'm all over the place. I'm like, all right, what could be causing this? How do I fix it? What are they thinking about me? I got like 20 people looking at me. And it's nerve-wracking, but the biggest thing is you just got to keep calm and work your way through it. Just figure out, all right, what the issue is, and then kind of work backwards in a sense. So it was like, all right, if no music's playing, let me check and make sure my main output is all the way up. Then let me go back and, all right, that's good. Let me check my channels, make sure that's up. If that's good, then I got to start checking elsewhere. And it's just remaining calm and methodically working through everything just to make sure everything's good.
Hey, you heard it right here from Prodigy. I will also throw my 2 cents in with that and tell anybody to plan for it, because we just plan for it.
If you DJ long enough, you will have technical difficulties. You will. I mean, they're all over YouTube, so plan for it.
Please plan for it. I would tell any DJ, even experienced or not, hey, my laptop is good. I've never crashed on me. I've seen the videos too. Have a mix on your phone. Have that RCA to like 1/8 inch to plug in. Most mixers, professional DJ equipment, you can run it into a channel that you're not using anyway. Or if you on a 2-channel like a Rain or something like that, you use the session out or the booth, something.
Man, look, dude, in my DJ bag, I'm running around with 2 laptops, 2 hard drives, 4 thumb drives. I got my phone and everything, and I got like probably 30 mixes on my phone, different genres, all clean. Like when I say if you back up, have the backup to the backup to the backup, and then one more backup after that.
I need you to look right into that camera and tell them.
Backup to the backup to the backup, and then if you ain't got another backup, your homeboys your backup. Call them. Cause look, just like just what was it? Flux. It was about last month. Me and DJO, I was opening at Flux, and they have older hardware there, and I have a newer MacBook. So I ran into issues with firmware issues on their hardware to where I cannot play. I cannot play a full set on my laptop. I had to completely close my laptop. Luckily for me, it was CDJs. So we end up since I carry my thumb drives specifically for CDJ setups, so I can plug in my thumb drives. I had to plug in my thumb drives and finish my set list off playing strictly off thumb drives.
But that shows you were prepared for that technical difficulty.
Yeah, I've had it happen, man. I've had the bottom just drop out and just like you're standing there on stage and people looking at you and you're just like, I can't do anything.
And this is the reason why I want to buy some CDJs for that reason. Never played on them, but for that reason, to have those backup thumb drives, because like you said, with a CDJ setup, you plug it in your laptop because you're used to your gig or your setup, and it doesn't work that way. But if you can adapt in that situation, you can finish the night out, kill it, and possibly get called back.
Yep. I mean, even for me, like I got called back. I got called back after that. I got the DJ that booked me for it wants me to come back again. He was like, I know you're set. I know you do well. And he's like, even after your stuff messed up, he was like, you still came back strong and finished it out. Like, it wasn't my best set by far, but the crowd enjoyed it. The crowd that was there enjoyed it because I was like the first DJ up that night. So it wasn't very many people there, which is good for me. But I was able to finish out. And that was the biggest thing he was worried about. He was like, we don't have another DJ. But even with that, I had to, like, as everything started to go bad, I called who was coming on after me. I was like, yo, I need you to get to the club early. I'm having issues. And I'm barely hanging on. So after all my backups start failing, I still had that one homeboy that was able to come out and save my life.
Man, I heard a story one time where a guy said he went into a club and the power outlet was kind of janky. Had his laptop plugged in. Something happened, short circuit, fried his laptop. Luckily, had the phone, threw a mix on that was like a club type mix, so it can go for 30 minutes.
Right.
And it's rocking. He was able to text a homeboy. Somebody showed up at the club. Hey, bro, use my laptop. Theirs was fully charged. He finished the night out. Because if you got a good laptop, plug it in, it'll go for
forever.
For a couple hours before it actually die.
Especially MacBooks, though.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Look, if y'all hadn't realized, I'm like a Mac fan, so.
Not to say that you can't DJ with a PC.
You can.
You can DJ with a PC. So, I get it. For those who
can't afford the Mac,
can do it.
For the beginners, the biggest thing is, like I'll say to you guys, play what you can afford. As you grow, your equipment will grow.
So I was gonna ask you, with all the music that's out right now. Oh yeah, we finna get into that. Between the last few years, out of all the music we done heard, what is gonna be like that classic song? Like how Juvenile backed that ass up, classic. 50 Cent in the club, classic. What's the cat name? Sir Mix-a-Lot. Mm-hmm. Baby Got Back, classic. So with the music now, what is going to be that song, 10, 20 years now, that's going to be like that throwback that was like, yo, that was hard in 2016 or whenever, in the last couple of years that you think?
Oh, man. I don't know, man, because like a lot of the songs that you just named are like, they're classics for a certain generation and that era. And it's crazy because music changed so much since then. It's like, I really can't say because music right now is hit or miss. Like I can tell you, none of that mumble rap stuff is gonna be classics. Maybe one or two songs people might be like, If I had to say anything, man, it's gonna come from cats like J. Cole, Kendrick, J.I.D. I can see Summertime Magic. by Childish Gambino being one of those classics, just by the vibe and the flow of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's kind of like Summertime by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Classic.
Like it's got that song, it's got that vibe just for that particular time. And I think Summertime Magic can be one. Childish Gambino can definitely make some classic songs. Because I can't really just say one in particular. I think as J. Cole grows, he's definitely going to throw some classics. Kendrick Lamar already has classics, and people don't realize it. Yeah, I really can't say one particular song.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't want you to. Yeah, it was to see like those songs like I would say like all right, mine was like Drake in my feelings, cause like it's our generation and all the young ones, especially when the social media, the phone age, and all that.
Yeah.
So those kids that are younger, when they're our age and they hear it, it'll be like, yo, that was hot when I was like 16, 17, 18, like that.
But see, that's the issue that I'm having now with picking a song that may be that classic song years down the line. Because you got to think about it. This generation is the generation of social media, so they devour music so fast. If you think about years past, like early 2000s, the internet wasn't really popping like it is now. The 90s, the 80s, like there was no real internet, not to consumer like that. So music meant more back then. And I don't mean like music was necessarily better, but people related more to it because you didn't have all these distractions when you're at events or clubs or anything like that. Like I'm pretty sure that's a song when you hear it, you can think like, all right, I was here this night. This is everything that was going around. You get a clear picture of what was going on. Like for me, Successful by Drake. For me, I know that song very well. That and Jamie Foxx, because when I was stationed in Belgium, my girlfriend, we were actually at a 24-hour fun run, and we literally stayed up the entire 24 hours. But one of the things we did is we just got tired of running. We went and laid in the car and we just listened to music all night. So Jamie Foxx's first album was one of those albums that we listened to the whole night. And even to this day, me and her, she's my ex now, and we're still friends though. We still joke about that album. Every time one of us will hear a song, we'll send it to the other and be like, yo, you remember this? I can't say kids today have that luxury, because now is when you're in a club, everybody's Snapchatting, everybody's on Facebook, everybody's trying to be seen and be noticed, that to the point you can't really just enjoy the music anymore.
I agree. That's why I said it needs to be a party, if you can even handle it, where you show up, you know how to check your IDs at the door.
Mm-hmm.
We checking your phone at the door.
Man, that's like taking somebody's life away.
But it's back to before we had phones. Like when I was 21, that didn't even exist. So
right, that little flip phone with the T9.
But nobody cared. So when we went in the party, we didn't see pictures afterwards. Because, I mean, internet wasn't like it was now. Like I wasn't going to the club website to see. Nah. We just knew it was popping.
Right.
So same thing. The only way you would see pictures and video now is like whenever the business would post it or promote or DJ or something. That way you actually enjoy it. So dudes, you got to talk to girls. Girls, you got to talk to dudes. There's no more in VIP, none of this. Like you said, you just doing this all night and you missed the whole party.
Right. You know what? I actually like that idea. Look, you see how many these Generation X and Y gonna be actually open to it. Coming in like, all right, yeah, here's your give me your ID. All right, you cool, you get in. Phones is over here. Here's a little lock box. Here's your key.
Just like that. Just like that.
Boy, somebody gonna be in there hurt.
All right, well let's
be in there looking like just.
Well, let's do it with our generation.
I think it'll work. I think it'll work. Like the 25 plus, 30 plus crowd, I think it'll work. Because then, like you said, it gets back to that whole intimacy that people having to talk to people. Look, I remember those days going to the club trying to pick up a chick, and you had to talk to her.
All I can say is, bruh.
Over there eyeballing each other, just like.
You had to.
Hey, come here.
You had to. That's what I'm saying, that interaction. So you really had to talk to the chick, and it was going to be on either parties to be like, nah, it's cool. But at least you had that communication. Now, it's, you can't even get the chick number because she's like, oh, you can take my Snapchat or what's your IG? It's like, I don't need this.
Yep.
What?
Everybody trying to build their followers.
Exactly.
Like, and then the great part about that too is like, it can go back to where the DJ can cultivate the night. Because like, I always talk to my girl and I always talk to my friends about it. Like, I kind of hate the way the club scene is now because you don't have that slow part of the night anymore. Like, normally about what clubs here close at 2, so about 1:30. You slow it down to like the slower BPMs where you can get close to a chick and grind on her. And that's normally what most dudes seal the deal. Like, I can think of so many times, me just as a club hopper, not even a DJ, where when I was in Europe or in Asia and the DJ slowed the night down, this chick that I've been eyeballing, talking to, and buying drinks all night, it's like, all right, yeah, hey, Trey Songz is on. And then next thing you know, hey girl, I got a number. Now whether or not the night ends there or not is a different story. But at least I got a number, and the next day I can follow up with her. Like, nowadays it's hard, bro.
Yep.
Be in the club, freaking Mo Bamba going off. You just, hey, yeah, let me get your number real quick.
And she like, nah, I'm partying.
Right. That and her 12 girlfriends just over here going nuts.
Exactly. What do you feel you need to take your DJ career to the next level?
Personally or just overall?
However you want to answer.
I'm sorry, I've been fighting off a little cold. San Diego has been kind of killing me lately. So if you hear me sniffling, my bad. Personally, man, I think for me personally, I just have to market myself better. I have the tools in place, but I definitely need to market myself better. And part of that, most of that, 90% of that is on me because I'm so hands-on with everything. So I like to do everything myself. I built my own website for the most part. I got a homegirl that, I maintain it. She actually built it, but I do maintain it. And all my flyers and stuff lately I've been doing myself. And I think the biggest issue is that I'm so hands-on, so controlling when it comes to my brand. I just need to relax and find a team to help me out. And that's why I'm hurting myself, is I don't have that team yet to really help push me to the next level, which I've been trying to let go, do more, find other people to help me do more and work with me. But I think that's my biggest issue, is that I got to stop being so controlling.
Don't feel bad. I'm on the same way. But I mean, it's like you kind of like me, where it's like if I don't do it, it probably won't get done.
Exactly, and it's hard because like I have a certain time frame that I want things done in. Like, look, if I need to update my website, I need it done like right now. But other people got their lives too, and it's like, and I can't really pay you much right now because they ain't bringing in much. But I ain't bringing in much because I'm not marketing myself enough to get more gigs, and it's like one big circle of failure.
Yeah. So that's it right there. Even for beginner DJs, veteran DJs, intermediate, advanced, whatever you want to call it, marketing yourself is key. I get it. I'm the same way. I like to do everything myself too, but you do need a team, and you do need to.
You have to have.
You have to take some of that off for you because it's a lot.
Going 24 hours straight is not good for you. Leaving the club, trying to go home and do a flyer for another event that you got going on 2 weeks later is not good for you.
Man, trust me, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. So when it comes to getting new music, where do you go to get new music? How do you get new music?
Dude, I'm all over the place with new music. Mostly lately I've been on Spotify, just checking out some of the lesser known playlists, reputable playlists on Spotify, like hot new hip hop, stuff like that. Like, I try to stay away from the bigger playlists put out by Spotify because I don't really trust those playlists like that. Like, I know Spotify likes to say they curated their own list, but I don't believe that these playlists don't have any type of bias to them. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a record label or somebody throwing Spotify a couple dollars, like, to, hey, yeah, Migos got a new track out.
Number one on the playlist.
Here's 50 grand. Gonna throw that on there for me. Really. I mean, it's like advertising. So for me, when it comes to the popular, the commercial mainstream stuff, it's Spotify. I just search through the playlist, and I got a few that I kind of subscribe to that I think are pretty good, that with the type of music I like to play. Other than that, man, when it comes to local acts, I just get out to the local shows. Like, if you're a DJ and you call yourself a DJ and you're not breaking new artists, you're not a DJ. And that's my personal opinion, but I do know a lot of other DJs that's gonna agree with me because, like, I feel like you have to play independent artists. You can't just play the commercial stuff. So you got to get out into the neighborhoods, the local open mics, the local rap battles and stuff like that, and check out these cats because you never know, man. These might be the next cat, the next J. Cole. Like, I moved here from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and it was nothing for J. Cole to just walk down the street. Like, even now, as big as he is, he comes home and literally walk downtown like he ain't nobody.
Right.
And then got like a trail of 50 women behind him. But he's walking in front like he ain't nobody. No bodyguards, no nothing. But now at one point in time, that was a local cat in the high school that was trying to pass out his mixtape at every avenue he had.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. I agree. As a DJ, you should play everything, and including, like you said, commercial stuff. That's easy. Play. It is somebody, even on SoundCloud, that's underground. Like I remember when I heard I had heard of Black on SoundCloud because I was letting my phone shuffle, and I was like, "Who is this dude?" But I couldn't find it. Wasn't nothing out yet.
Bruh, I got a chick for you. What is her name? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. But she's based out of LA. Seattle and LA. And I heard about her her name's Jessica Domingo. She's got about 40,000 followers on IG. Dude, when I say like as an R&B artist, she is freaking dope. Like, I think I found her just searching the web, like independent artists, different blog sites and stuff like that. And I heard her track and I was like, all right, she's pretty cool. Let me go on Spotify. Cause my thing is, if I can't find you on like the major streaming services as an artist, you don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah, you're not really credible.
Right. So I'm like, all right, she got some couple dope tracks. Let me go on Spotify, see what she really about. Sure enough, went on Spotify. Man, her catalog is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I was listening to it, I'm up in there. I gave my girlfriend an earbud and was like, babe, take a listen to this. She looked at me like, who is this? One of your artists you work with? I was like, nah. It's like, this new chick out of Seattle. She ain't broke yet, but with this sound, she gonna be the next one.
Yeah, I came across that name because I got a homegirl who told me about it because I was, we sharing music like, oh, you need to hear about like Alina Baraz or Baraz. I'm probably saying it wrong, but she got some dope music. Then I had heard about her, but I do need to check out the catalog because we need that on Misfits Radio.
Oh, I've been trying to reach out to her to do a interview with us.
That would be dope.
I've had she's one of the names that I sent over to our editor in chief, Gabriel Perez, out of North Carolina. Hey girl, how you doing? She's one of the names I sent over to reach out to her management and see if she'll do an interview with us.
That would be dope.
Yeah, man. Look, trying to do a lot of dope things. As a DJ, you got to, man.
That's true.
You got to pay attention to these lesser known artists, these independent artists. Chance the Rapper. I was listening to that dude when he was back doing acid rap. That mixtape. And look at him now. The only independent artist, like legit independent artist, to win all these awards and make all this money without being signed to a label.
True. All right, so when it comes to putting music in your library, do you listen to like the beginning to see if the beat high, or you listen to the whole song and be like, all right, I'll put that in my library?
For me to even download it, it's got to be crazy, like already. So most of the time, it really depends on how I get the music. Like before, since I subscribed to BPM Supreme back in the day when they were doing the DVDs, like I would just dump the entire DVD worth of music on my laptop and just, it's all going in the library. Now I've been a lot more selective. So now, like, I have to listen to the whole track, and the whole track have to be solid, or at least I think or at the very least, it has to have some potential.
All right, I got another good one, man, since we talking about, DJs and music.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still check mixtapes? Like go to live mixtapes into those sites and check for music?
I do. I don't go to live mixtapes. I use a service called Mixtape Torrents. Just because it's easy for me to digest. And I've been using that for like years. But yeah, I like doing mixtapes because a lot of times artists will release stuff in a mixtape that they won't normally put in a normal project. Like Big Sean and Meek Mill. Like, I've heard so many stories, and personally, like, where their mixtapes are better than their albums. Just because on their mixtapes are for them and they're just snapping. like going nuts, but then they have a certain vibe that them and the record label want them to push. So they have to kind of meet in the middle. So like me personally, like especially for like club bangers, yeah, I look at mixtapes because a lot of you find more bangers in mixtapes than you do on an album,
You heard it right here, man.
and that's my personal opinion. But
And that's why I asked, because I mean, I know I personally don't look at mixtapes no more, and I used to be on Dat Piff, faithfully.
see, the thing for me is I only do mixtapes from reputable artists or reputable DJs that put out dope music. It's kind of like following it's like following Rap Caviar on Spotify. Like you know they're gonna put out some dope music. You know they're gonna have some great artists on there. So it's the same thing for me. Like back in the day, all the Southern Smoke mixtapes by DJ Smalls. Yeah, I know I done dated myself. Shut up.
But those were classic.
Look, I still have most of them. I mean, like all of them. The Southern Smoke, the his R&B joints that he was doing, a lot of DJ Drama, Gangsta Grills. I have all of those. Like I still listen to it because those are the tracks where like you would hear songs that you would never ever hear anywhere else. Like what is it? Birthday Cake by Rihanna. Can't find that song on any album. It was on the mixtape. The not the original. The remix with Chris Brown. It originally came out on the mixtape, and that's actually how I found it.
So now I need to make sure I start checking on mixtapes. Okay.
Yes, sir. You sleeping on them?
So speaking of mixtapes, we need to clarify this. If you are doing a mixtape is like what I know. It's a DJ and you have other artists on this. It's just kind of like a mini album for a DJ. Not you mix some music, put it on SoundCloud, and they're like, yo, go check out my mixtape. No, that is a mix. That is not a mixtape. I see that all the time. I see DJs that say, hey, yeah, podcast, episode, whatever. You click on it. Man, it's them spinning music.
Man, you been listening to my podcast?
My bad. But nah, I ain't listen to it.
Everybody, y'all hear him throwing shade. You see him throwing shade.
Oh, we ain't got there yet. We ain't got there yet. But do you think...
We're not doing this today.
Oh, we're doing it. That's part of this show. So, do you think for a hip-hop DJ that it's still effective to host a mixtape?
I do. I don't do it personally, just because I don't have the time. But especially for those DJs that are working with a lot of independent artists, it's very viable because the DJs are the ones, I'm not going to say that make the artists, but we as DJs are the tastemakers. We're the ones that put out to the masses what music is good and what's not. It's always been that way. It's been traditional that way. Before it got to now where everybody has access to the same music, you would go to certain spots because a certain DJ was going to be there because you know he played a certain type of music. You knew if DJ Jazzy Jeff is going to be at, I don't know, since we're in San Diego, if DJ Jazzy Jeff is going to be in Flux DJing this weekend, he's going to drop hip hop, but not just hip hop. He's going to drop like some old school, some new school, but it's all going to be bangers. And it's the tracks that he selects and how he plays them. It's the same thing with mixtapes. DJs pick certain artists that they vibe with, they rock with, or at least they used to. Now it's all about money. Give me $100, I give you a slot on the tape. But I mean, as a DJ, we're the tastemakers. We're the one that put out to the public what's good and what's not. And if you can get enough DJs to support your music, or you can get that one high profile DJ like a DJ Smalls or DJ Drama to do a full mixtape with you, to host your full mixtape, you got it made. Like you're gonna blow up because now it's gonna be like, oh man, DJ Drama did a mixtape with this dude. Even if they don't know you, you're gonna be like, all right, let me go ahead and check him out because DJ Drama's that dude. Like, who is this cat to be able to do a mixtape and have Drama host it?
That's true. That's true.
Think about it. Think about, just speaking of DJ Drama, think about all the artists that he put on. Like, I never heard of Jeezy until I heard Gangsta Grills.
Oh yeah, that changed the game, boy. Them
Young Jeezy, all those artists from Atlanta, Young Jeezy, Shawty Low, like all those cats, a lot of them I heard first on DJ Smalls mixtapes, Gangsta Grills, and all those Atlanta DJs.
Classic when you hear that Southern Smoke.
Man.
Classic. Yeah, I remember, man, the DJ drama, you heard, that's the time I heard all the gunshots. You hear cannon, pow, pow, every time, man. But those were, he, for like mixtapes, you knew if drama dropped one,
It's going to be fire.
it's gonna be, I mean, you had from T.I. to Jeezy, Gucci. I mean, like anybody that was hot in Atlanta, he had them first.
Drama had a hand in it.
He had them. So his team, far as, like you said, discovering artists and putting them out there, even like the now, you know, like Uzi Vert and all them, like, you know, that's a whole, like, to be able to find these young cats,
Yep.
put them on, and now they millionaires in their own right.
Yep. But I mean, mixtapes are just like any other form of marketing. It's just how you run it. Like that's all it is. It's a marketing ploy.
That's true. All right, so let's fast forward, man. We're gonna get into the club. Let's get into the club. So how do you feel about the 3 DJs spending in the same club in one night?
I hate it. I hate it. For me, coming up DJing the way I have, like I came from the East Coast. There is no 3 DJs in the club. It's just you all night. 5 hours. You set the pace. Like so coming from North Carolina, like I'm used to going in the club, playing like the older joints early in the night, the lesser known tracks early in the night, or just the ones that don't bang, like talking about like my throwaways. They get people head nine, get them in there, keep them in there so they can buy more drinks, get them a little drunk, and then tear the club up. And then at the end of the night, wind it back down, send them home. Like now, man, 3 DJs is too many. 2, I think it'll work. 3 is too many because now you got cats coming in just trying to shoot their shot real quick and then dip, which it kills the whole vibe of the club because now you got a cat coming in. He's got an hour set, maybe hour and a half, and he's trying to burn the house down. He's trying to prove himself, prove that I'm the best DJ around. So you done left the crowd on cloud 9. I mean, what's the next from there? The only place you can go is 10. Once you're at 10, you can't really go no higher than that. So if you at 9, then that means the second DJ got to go to 10. Well, the second DJ at 10, the third dude who's supposed to be the headliner ain't got nowhere to go. So I hate it, man. I hate it with a passion. But you learn to play the game.
Exactly what it is.
You learn to play the games. Look, I've had the open, I've headlined, I played middle slot. You just got to roll the punches.
Yeah, you got to find your spot and be able to work in that groove. Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. Is like, especially with the whole 3 DJs now, man, you have to get there early and hear the other DJ set. You can't just walk in the club and like cold and expect to jump in the set and do well. Especially if the DJ before you already got a good vibe going. Because you come in there, you drop that first song, you done nuked yourself.
This is true. So speaking of that, so what tips would you give in the club for the opening set? What's some do's and don'ts?
Do's and don'ts. Keep it fun, but keep it mellow. The opening set is not meant to turn up. Like, you're the warm-up DJ. So it's your job to the people that's come trickling in, it's your job to keep them there. But it's your job to also keep the energy high enough to where they're bobbing their heads, and it's kind of like to cultivate the mood. It's like with your girl. You ain't finna start off sex just cold turkey, just running in like, babe, we finna get it on. She's like, okay. Like, no, you gotta warm her up to it. That might start 5 minutes before y'all have sex. That might start the morning before. It just all depends. It's just like you gotta warm her up. Hey, babe, kiss in the morning, hug her, smack on the booty she walked by throughout the day, tell her she pretty. Then when you get off work by 9 o'clock that night, you come in there looking like Superman. It's the same way. When they come to the club, you have to warm the crowd up. Like, you can't just come in at 9 o'clock, drop Mo Bamba, and think that the club finna turn the hell up. It is not gonna happen. You gonna drop Mo Bamba, 3 dudes gonna turn up for like 10 seconds, then they gonna go to the bar. And then now you done burn that song for the headliner who could, when it's time to turn up, he could have dropped that song, but if he's there, he'll know not to drop the song because you can't repeat the same. You're not supposed to repeat the same song, so like some of y'all do it anyway. You're not supposed to repeat the same song. So if you're opening, just remember you're opening. You're the warm up guy. Don't burn the bangers. Don't burn the turn up songs. Warm the crowd up. Get them going. Hand off nice to the next DJ so he can continue to take the energy. Like, you just gotta think about the whole vibe of the night. It's a roller coaster, up and down.
Hey, you said everything I was gonna say and some. Speaking of that, so how you feel about the whole, hey, you want to spend in the club, sell tickets, or how many people can you bring? How you feel about that?
Hate it. I hate this whole precedence of DJs being promoters. Like, I hate it with a passion. It's stupid. If that's the case, why do the club hire promoters? Like, I hate that aspect of it. I understand everybody having to promote the event collectively so that we all grow, make money, and do business, earn new business. But at the same time, my main job is a DJ. My main job is to crowd rock, to entertain, to make things happen. It's not my job to bring people in there. Yes, I do have a following. Yes, I will put it out to my following, but it's not my job to make sure that the club is packed. That's what the promoter gets paid for. That's what the promoter gets paid for. That's what the promoter gets paid for. So it's in their job title, promoter. Your job is to promote, to bring people in. That's not our job. And I hate it. To this day, I am not as big as I am here because I don't play that game. That's normally the first question they ask, and the first thing I tell them, I don't promote the play.
That's it. That's it. Speaking of that, let's get into the tea. Is there?
I feel like I'm being set up.
Oh, it's coming. Is there a DJ playing hip hop in San Diego that could bring people to the club every week?
That can pack a house? Like,
Exactly. My thought.
No, there are a few, and I mean a few, that can literally, you just say their name and people come out just because it's them.
Weekly.
Weekly, yeah. There's only a few, and I'm literally can count on one hand and still have fingers left over. There's not a lot, myself included. I can't bring people to the club every week. I don't know very many DJs that can do that. And the only reason these DJ can, and I mentioned them, Bar One, Birdie Bird, those two cats, I know for a fact, can bring people every week. DJ Dynamic from Jamie 95, I know he can bring people every week. But it's more so due to the platforms they're a part of. Don't get me wrong, they're dope DJs. They're dope DJs, and I'm not knocking them or having any shade, but all of them have like platforms that are freaking crazy. Like, they've done stuff nationally, internationally, nationally syndicated radio shows, touring with multiple major artists. So they got a lot of stuff under their belt. So they have a bigger, audience pool to pull from. So yeah, they can, but don't think that happens for everybody. Like, I've had nights where I've had a guest list of like 50 people, and I've had multiple nights where I've had on a guest list of 5 or 10. And that 5 or 10 is the average for me personally. I'm not even gonna lie about it.
Okay. Who is the hottest DJ in San Diego playing hip hop or open format?
Man, you trying to get me beat up, bar from clubs?
I mean, I'm saying me off top.
Yeah, that's like rule number 1. Who's the hottest DJ? I am.
And you don't have to answer this.
Oh no, I'm gonna answer it. I'm just trying to think of who I would think would be the hottest DJ out right now.
That's why I said me. Done.
Y'all see this? It's his show, and he gonna say him.
Even if it was the other way around, I would still say it.
I don't know, man. Like, with the cats rolling around here, and it's not shady to anybody, I would have to say Dynamic. Dynamic is killing the scene right now.
I've seen him play before.
It was either, you know what? I take that back. It's a cross between him and DJ Al.
Al Beats?
No, not Al Beats. DJ Al from Jamie 95 too.
Like, I think I've seen him.
Al snaps. He does a lot of stuff here. He does a lot of stuff in Vegas. He's one I opened for him last month at Flux with the help of DJ O and DJ Saman. So yeah, I would say it's a toss between them because when I say anything that comes in town, um, they get booked for it a lot depending on what event it is. I will also say Bar One's right behind them. When there's a major artist coming here, hip hop wise, he's the DJ they call. If it's when it comes to major artists, it's a toss up between him and Dynamic that's gonna get the gig. Period.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Period.
That is a fact. That is a fact. All right. Now, I got my.
Still better than him though.
And I'm still better than him. So yeah, we're gonna keep this thing rolling. Hey, that's shady right there. So
that's what we do. Throw shade at each other.
you have to, man. That's what keep it fresh. All right, so I got my 5 random questions here.
Oh yeah.
It's the first one to pop in your head, man. My 5 random questions.
What, the first answer that popped in my head?
Yeah, first thing pop in your head.
Man, you know I gotta throw it off mine, right?
I call this. This the DJ shootout right here.
All right, come on, let's go.
All right. DMC, Red Bull 3 Style.
Red Bull,
Jazzy Jeff or Kid Capri.
Jazzy,
DJ Snake or A-Track.
Snake,
The hottest song from 2018.
Mobamba,
BPM Supreme or Headliner.
Headliner.
Oh, you already said it. That's it. Nope, that's it.
Look, Raj. Love you guys. A-Rock. We cool, right?
Hey, like I said, it's just a random shootout. No shade to no shade at all to BPM, Headliner, none of them, man.
Nah, I mean, I like Headliners because their remixes, like their exclusive content is dope. I like BPM Supreme because all the commercial stuff.
That's the point of it. That's the point of it, man. Definitely any record pool.
Beginner DJs, if you're looking for a record pool, just plan budget to spend at least $100 a month if you're doing a lot of gigs. And I say that because no one record pool is gonna have everything you need. I subscribe to 5 record pools.
Yeah. Also, I would add to that too. Like if you begin, I know when I was beginning, I didn't know about BPM and all these record pools, and I was on one. I think it was like digital DJ pool. It was like $11 a month.
Mm.
And this when I started with like 2014, I started getting my music. And for current music right then, I had it. That's when like K Camp had cut that chick off. Like I was able to get the music for that time. And then I had to realize like, hold on. I tell any DJ, beginner or whatever, get the old stuff first.
That back catalog is gonna be what saved your life.
That is critical. I tell anybody. I had a dude that was at my pad last night. We was going over some stuff. I said, man, it's not the new music. You could not download nothing for this whole year and still come in 2020 and download everything from this year, 2018. I said, but it's the old 90s, the old R&B. That's stuff that's not in a lot of record pools that you got to go find.
Early 2000s hip hop and R&B, that late 90s, early 2000s, that's the club music you're going to hear. You're going to hear Flashing Lights. You're going to hear, what's that? Tambourine by Eve.
Oh yeah, the classics.
You're gonna hear those actual dance tracks because I think like 2009, 2010, we don't really make like dancing hip hop anymore. It's like you hit a bass and you might bob your head or kick it a little bit, but stuff that get everybody dancing, Swiss beats from back in the day.
True. All right, man, we getting towards the end. I got one more question. Do you feel either even like me and you and beginner DJs or whoever need mentors? Always. And yes, yeah, I definitely do. If you're doing this without a mentor, you're doing yourself a disjustice. Can't speak today. I don't care how long you've done it. There's always somebody that came before you and already done it. And 9 times out of 10 have gone the route you're going that can mentor you and help push you in the right direction. Like for me, when I started Misfits Radio, I've never done radio before. I did 3 years at a college doing college radio in North Carolina where I met my mentor when it comes to radio, Ray Thomas, of a Ray Thomas variety show.
BroncardRadio.com, where every second of the day an artist is live. Shameless plug. He's the one that gave me my start. But even to this day, with me now branching off away from that station, that's still like for me my home. He's still my mentor when it comes to radio. And even though technically you can say our stations are in competition just because they're both radio stations, I ask him all the time about my station, just like the content, how the site looks, how I add sound within the stream, the whole nine. Like, if you don't have a mentor, you're doing yourself a disjustice, because a lot of things that I know now about radio, I wouldn't have known had I not talked to him about it. Same thing with DJing. Miss DJ Cutie, me and her been friends almost 10 years. I still ask her to this day, hey, do me a favor. Just like I started off, do me a favor. Hey, check out this mix. Let me know what you think. And I mean, she's DJ with like Redman, Meth Man, Blackstreet back in the day, like all those 90s hip hop R&B artists. When they came to Europe, she was one of the DJs. She was one of the dopest female DJs in Europe. So if she's good enough for them, I think she might have a little thing she can teach me, or little knowledge she can drop on me every once in a while to me to better my craft. So find you a mentor, find you a mentor, find you a mentor.
That's it, man. You heard it right here. Hey, I'm still learning, but I'm down to definitely tell anybody what I know.
But I mean, even still, even if you're early on in your career, everybody has knowledge. There's something you can teach me that I don't know, and I can teach you that you don't know. So be willing to learn from each other too.
That's true, man. All right, so tell everybody where they can follow you, your social media. Tell them about Misfits Radio. What you got going on with that?
Oh, man. You can follow me. You can hit up my website if you want to check out some mixes, all that stuff, www.djprodigee.com. Prodigy spelled PRODIGEE.com. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, at DJ Prodigee, spelled the same way. Twitter, Prodigy, DJ, DA, DJ. Misfits Radio, man. Look, if you're an artist or a DJ, y'all trying to expand your brands, trying to do something different, learn radio, hit me up. We're looking for independent artists. We're looking for on-air personalities. My brother right here is my music director, so we definitely gonna get you right. Yeah, hit us up, Misfits Radio, MITZ, radio.com. I mean, we're the home of the independent artists. We're definitely going to get it on for you. If you got some dope music, hip-hop, R&B, urban, even if you're dancehall, reggae, we got it. Hit us up. We're going to get with you, get it on, and hopefully make you a superstar one day. If you want to check that out, even on social media, at misfitsradio.com, MITZ.
That's it, man. Hey, I want to shout out DJ Prodigee, man, for being a part of the show. You can follow me on Instagram at DJ Smooth J. I'm on Facebook at The Music Speaks For Itself. On YouTube as well, man. Jay, I'd like to shout out to West Coast Radio for, man, being a sponsor for the podcast.
Shout out to West Coast.
That's what it is, man. Throw your dubs up. Shout out to DJ MTK. Yeah, man. You being a part of Scratching the Surface DJ podcast, man. Appreciate you being a part of it.
Appreciate you inviting me out, brother.
That's what it is, man. Until next time, we'll catch y'all later.
Peace.